RudeNation, how we doing? It is episode 185 of the RudeBoyz Power Hour Plus. It's Sunday. It's Father's Day. Let us be your daddies. We're going to be your daddies for the day, RudeNation. We're going to take you out with some ice cream. And on the way, we're going to talk to you about predators. I mean predators in the movie sense. Because we got that talking about. But it's also E3 season today. I'm Sharm, by the way. I'm Daddy Sharm. I'm Papa Sharm.
I'm Papa Tom.
There it is. And we are the RudeBoyz, the Rude Dads. And,
got the dad bods.
Yeah, we got some dad bods. Yeah, dad bods rocking and rolling over here. Highlight on the rolling.
Definitely rolling.
But we're in our sober era, like we explained last episode.
Yes.
Tommy was quite concerned about the lack of a good clink.
Yes.
So what did Tom do for the studio?
Tommed.
Yeah.
I went to I'll give the superherostuff.com.
Okay.
Got us some nice pint glasses. Got you a Spider-Man one.
Spider-Man looks like some John Romita Sr. art.
Got me a Wolverine one, which looks like Adam. Arthur Adams?
Arthur Adams? Maybe. I don't know. Give a little boop. Boop. That flash probably going to suck with the frost. Yeah, it looks weird. Looks like it's in a fucking haunted house.
Oh, that would be... Oh, you didn't put all of yours in?
Didn't I? Oh, no, I didn't. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, I'm not doing that. I don't trust myself with that.
Yeah. That would have looked really good with the pour as I was pouring.
Well, all right. Hindsight is 20/20, my man.
Oh, yeah.
So,
hey, look, I'm not mad.
We took a picture. We got some, like you said, Arizona green tea. Delicious.
Yes.
Thank you, Arizona. Thank God, there's no kings except for Arizona. Let's clink it up. How are you going to get a good clink with that?
Let me sip it down a bit. Shut up.
The disrespect.
Shut up.
Clink it up.
That was much better. Better than the thud.
Yeah, that's right. So we have explained what we got going on here.
Yes.
We got it's E3 season. E3 doesn't exist anymore.
So
later in the episode,
as I was rudely explained,
you get everything rudely explained by the Rude Boys. All right. So E3 died.
Yes.
Summer Games Fest is around. State of Play from Sony is out there. Xbox Showcase.
Yep.
Nintendo released the console. We'll talk about that too. The Switch 2.
Hey!
And we watched some stuff, but let's get into it, Tommy. We got some Blitzkrieg going on.
Yeah,
just remnants thereof.
Yeah. I mean, the only thing that I really saw was, I know you don't really care, Spaceballs 2 is finally being made. Looks like Mel Brooks is actually going to have a lot of hands-on with this. I think he's actually directing it.
Uh-huh.
Not like that thing that they tried to put up on Hulu, History of the World, the new, History of the World.
Oh, yeah.
Where I think he only produced it, and, Nick Kroll was really involved, and, him and his friends.
Sure.
From what I was told, it was just not good. This, I kind of liked the Kroll, the Kroll that they did.
Okay.
For it. It was just being 30 years ago a movie was made, but between that you had
I did see this
prequels and sequels.
Yeah, you had 9 Star Wars movies.
Yeah,
you
8
had...
Harry Potter movies.
Right.
So it was cute. I mean, I know you hold Star Wars in very high regard. That's why you don't like Spaceballs.
I do not like Spaceballs.
And that hurts.
Does it hurt?
Yeah, it does. It does, because it's something that if you could. I mean, but then again, it's also me with what was it? I keep being told that you have to watch superhero movie. It's like one of those the
parody movies.
Yeah, right. yeah. I get it, but I
get it.
But I also feel Mel Brooks was also being respectful to the product as well. I mean, it sucks. We won't have John Candy in this, obviously, or Joan Rivers.
Mm-hmm.
But Louis Pullman's going to be in it.
Right. His son, too. Well, no, I'm sorry.
Bill Pullman's
will
the
be
dad.
in it? Yes.
Louis Pullman's the father.
I'm sorry, yes.
Louis Pullman's the son.
Yes.
Keke Palmer's going to be in it. We've had Spaceballs sequels, like on G4, they did like a
they did
short
like some
animated
cartoon or whatever, right?
It wasn't great.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, this I'm look. I kind of hope they do change it to Spaceballs to search for more money.
Okay.
Because that was a joke in the first movie.
Yes.
See,
that I know. I'm aware of Spaceballs. I watched Spaceballs.
Right.
I did not like Spaceballs.
Right. Rick Moranis coming back.
That's cool.
Huge.
That is cool.
That is huge because he has stepped away from acting. I think the first time he came out in the public eye, he went to New York City for something, and some random dude punched him in the face.
Yeah, but then I think the internet tracked him down and took care of him.
And it was like, yeah, no wonder he doesn't want to leave Canada.
Yeah.
Like, you come to this...
Welcome to New York, baby.
You come to this shit fucking country that we live in.
Correct.
And, it's like, wow, one of the sweetest men in movie history gets punched in the fucking face.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. No, it's
fucking
a shame.
Bullshit. But very cool that he's coming back as Dark Helmet.
Mm-hmm.
Which, what was it? I watched the original Spaceballs probably about a year or two ago.
Okay.
Because I will always watch it if I see it's on something.
Mm-hmm.
Never noticed that Dark Helmet had a tie.
Okay.
Like he has the helmet, he has the cape and everything.
Right.
But he's wearing a tie, which I never caught. All the times that I've seen this movie. If it hits theaters, I'll go see it at theaters. I think it's just going to hit streaming though.
Okay.
Because it's MGM Plus and Amazon, which apparently MGM Plus is a new streaming service now.
I think it's a channel on Prime.
Oh, okay. So that's all. I mean, haven't seen anything new about Superman or Fantastic Four.
Right. Well, there's a new trailer, a new IMAX trailer that came out for Superman.
So, I would say this about Superman. Superman, the trailers look good.
Uh-huh.
But then when they do that front-facing view of him flying...
Yeah, it looks a little...
It looks fucking retarded.
Okay.
It does!
Alright. Well, maybe it looks better on the big screen. I don't know.
You can't make that look good on anywhere. It looks terrible.
There's no way to know. You gotta see.
I know. Who knows? Maybe I'll drag your ass to go see it.
Alright.
Maybe. We'll see.
Because that's really it for the news. Well, we're going to roll that into the topic of the day. As far as other video game news and, dust off the old RudeBoyz Game Club.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, Gamecast. I don't even remember.
I know
this. The thing.
I know this is a big game talk.
Yeah, so let's clear off the docket. Clearly, I've been up to nothing because all the stuff we are going to be talking about. So, Tommy, what's Never Flinch?
Never Flinch is the newest Stephen King book.
Mm-hmm.
It involves my favorite Stephen King recurring character, this character named Holly Gibney. She was first introduced in the Mr. Mercedes trilogy, and then she was also in The Outsider and several other books.
Okay.
She was supposed to be like a one-off character, but Stephen King fell in love with the character, so he's brought her back. It's almost like her. She's almost like his Sherlock Holmes.
Okay.
Definitely, it's less Stephen King horror, and it's it's more mystery, which is cool. Sometimes a little bit. That's probably about the only mystery books I'll go for.
Okay.
I'm not a big mystery book guy.
Okay.
I'm I don't want to have to sit there and think.
Right.
Even just tell me who did it already,
or
make it easy for me to figure it out.
Okay.
But yeah, Never Flinch, very good book.
All right.
Yeah, that's that.
Cool.
Yeah.
Speaking of books, speaking of reading,
yes,
let's talk about Predator versus Black Panther.
Yes.
So this is the second Marvel Predator crossover we've gotten since Wolverine versus Predator, or
Yes.
Predator versus Wolverine, whoever gets top billing, I don't know. Put out by Benjamin Percy.
Mm-hmm.
We enjoyed it.
Yes.
We liked it. It was every issue seemed to be like a timepiece of this one Predator just basically dogging Wolverine.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, from his origin time, and then with Department H, and then the Weapon X project, and early X-Men stuff. In Japan. So that was pretty cool. The next out of at least the 3 books they're doing, because right now currently they're doing Predator vs. Spider-Man. Mm-hmm. Which is right now out in the trades. Not the trades, the
singles.
Yeah, singles. The floppies, I think. What do they call them? Do they call them floppies? They call them the big floppy ones? What do they call them? I think so, right?
Lucy's?
Lucy's?
I'll call them Lucy's. Not that big floppy ones.
You sure?
Yeah.
Was
Lucy's.
Was Predator versus Black Panther.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's also put out by Benjamin Percy as well.
Yeah, he seems to be the go-to guy for these.
Which is pretty cool. I like that.
Yeah.
Because if I remember correctly, I think Benjamin Percy was like, ever since Marvel or Disney got their hands on Predator, he was like, let me do this thing.
Let me be
and
the guy.
Took a little bit.
Yeah.
Excuse me, I'm just writing.
1,000. No, this was definitely cool. Like, I like how it starts. Like, it's the Doramaji. I can never pronounce it correctly.
You can't pronounce a lot of things right. You did that right, though.
Yeah? Wow. Thanks.
You're welcome. Hey, you're welcome.
It's just like such a backhanded compliment.
That was a compliment, though.
Oh, it started backhand and then fronthand.
It deals with like the Predator.
Yeah.
The Predator in question is the younger brother of another Predator who's like a prince, and then they go to war because it's like it's all about honor. But it turns out that the king Predator in this regard has a vibranium spear.
Yes.
And he loans this out to the other brother, and then the younger brother is like, well, I gotta get me some of this vibranium shit. So it follows that. So already it's like, this is just layers of plot. Where I'm like, what? And, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't like this that much. I thought it was a little disjointed. I thought, sometimes, like, I know they're trying to tell different narratives. They're trying to tell, like, what's going on with the Predator and what's going on with
Wakanda.
T'Challa, you know? And, at a certain point, you turn a page, you're like, was there a page missing? Like,
I felt like that. I felt
like some of the art, too, was like... Because there's parts where, like, Black Panther gets hit by a couple Predators' plasma casters. But you don't see it. You just see him, like... You just see, like, those anime speed lines, and I'm like... And then he falls off a tree, and I'm like, what happened? Yeah. And then I needed to turn a page, and it tells me what happened. Like, but... Could you have just shown me what happened? Like, did they realize? They're like, oh, shit, we didn't add that. Say what happened. Okay, got it.
I don't know. The thing that made me fucking laugh was... Shuri puts out a distress call. Mm-hmm. Who's the one Avenger that comes?
Falcon.
I'm like, really, Cap? You couldn't be fucking bothered to help your buddy? Like...
Well, I mean,
Cap's like, I'm going.
Falcon's hot now, and...
No.
Clearly he's black, so we gotta put all the black characters together.
I was like,
Marvel Comics,
really?
we understand.
Really? Come on. Like, you could have brought... Cap could have shown up.
Well, he was probably like... Well, I think this... instance or this universe, they don't know anything about Wakanda.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, like, none of this is, like... I don't think any of these books are in-universe, or the Wolverine. I mean, the Wolverine one could have been.
Right.
But, like, probably not.
But I'm like... I was laughing.
Right.
I was just like, wow, really? And, like, yeah, the art for Falcon looked
he was bad. Yeah, real bad.
Like, they almost...
no disrespect, but woof.
They tried to go with, like, the 70s look for him.
Yeah.
Like
the one that does not look good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the way they drew guys out in the 70s and 80s, sure, like, whatever. But now you can't, that doesn't...
Yeah,
that does not
he didn't
pass
look
the
good.
sniff test right there. I was going to say that doesn't fly, but I knew I was going to walk right into a pun, so I was like, I needed to change it up.
Me? Never.
But I the things I did like... I mean, it is more Predator stuff, which I'm like, all right, cool. Like, how does the Predator interact with the Marvel Universe?
Right.
Cool. Got it. I love a good Black Panther with a cape.
Yeah.
I think that look is fun. You know, like the MCU obviously introduced the very sleek, vibranium laced armor.
A clean look, yeah.
But yeah, like a Black Panther with a cape.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. That's a cool
That's
look.
a good one, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had a cape for a while.
Yeah, he was introduced in a cape, right?
Yes.
It's not even a. I mean, it's like a short cape. I'm not talking about like a Superman cape, like like a just covers your back cape. But not the only Predator media we've digested.
Yes.
This week we watched Predator: Killer of Killers.
Yes.
The animated film on Hulu, and it is a really kind of a 4-part story. The first 3 parts introduce your main protagonists. All plucked from different time periods.
Yes.
One the Viking time, one samurai time, and one World War II, I believe.
Yes.
And then the 4th part deals with these 3 people teaming up and, fighting the Predator, if you can imagine. I really enjoyed this.
I liked it,
I liked it a lot. I thought the first 2 stories were great.
Yes.
The fight sequences alone, where I was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Like, I was really enjoying that.
I mean, my favorite was definitely the second.
Yes, the samurai.
The second was so good.
Samurai and ninja stuff, yeah. We don't really want to. I don't want to spoil. I don't want to spoil it too much.
No,
this is when we like something and it's fresh. We don't really want to spoil it that much. And it's on Hulu, so it's more widely available than not. So I would definitely say check it out. It is done by the same person, Dan Trachtenberg, I believe, who did Prey.
Yes.
Who is going to be having a hand into Predator Badlands. So this is kind of like I don't know, man. Predator. Predator. Getting better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I definitely think I like Predator better than... Currently, definitely better than Alien.
Well, you like Romulus, right?
Romulus?
Yeah, Alien Romulus.
Yes. Yeah. But, I don't know. Predator, to me, always seemed like... Damn, I like that, that hunter.
Yeah. Like the you're talking about the idea.
Yeah.
I understand, yes.
I mean, we'll see.
Oh, same for me, yes.
We'll see how Alien Earth is.
That's true, too, yeah. I mean, so far, under Disney's watch, these franchises haven't been treated too bad. Yeah, exactly, yeah. I heard the Predator comic on its own isn't great. The one Marvel's putting out.
Okay. I didn't even know they were.
Yeah, they put out, the same thing. It's like, hey, also they do Star Wars comics too.
Yeah.
And those are, I've heard, are good, but the Predator ones are they're like, why?
Some of the Star Wars ones that they've done is pretty good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they've been doing that.
I feel like Predator is not fantastic when it's on page.
Okay.
I feel when Predator is live action or Killer of Killers.
Right.
I don't know, there's something more to it.
It's a better
media
in that. Yeah, I can understand that because you need to kind of not really humanize. They need to be the main characters.
Yeah.
I mean, they do and they don't, but if you want to write a book about them, because there are those Predator novels out there.
Yeah.
Dark Horse Publishing has done it.
Yep.
They you need to have them team up with humans. You know what I mean? Alien, you can't really do that for Alien.
No.
You probably could. Don't get me wrong. I'm sure there's authors out there that have written Predator. Alien or Predator and versus Alien books.
I think there was a Predator versus Alien in the DC universe.
Okay.
Because originally there was... Okay, so back in the 90s, they did Predator versus Batman.
Okay.
And then they did Alien versus Superman.
Okay.
And then they did them... They combined all 4
okay.
together. There was a like facehuggers released out into Arkham.
Oh boy, okay.
So like you had like a Joker alien.
Okay.
You had a Two-Face. Like it was ridiculous.
But that's what comics are good for.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, comics are good like that.
Yeah.
They'll be like, yeah, I'll give you this, sure. But
you may or may not like it. Who knows?
I don't care.
Yeah.
You're gonna get it. But yeah, I think I enjoy the Predator franchise more than the Alien franchise. I've seen less. No, which Alien movies? I haven't seen Covenant. I didn't see Covenant. Prometheus, I do not remember. So
Prometheus was not good.
And I never saw The Predator.
Which one was
that? Was the one that oh god, Olivia Munn was in.
Oh, okay.
The dude who, oh god, wasn't it the guy who did Iron Man 3?
Oh, Shane Black?
Yeah, didn't he do?
I think
the
so.
Predator?
Yeah. Well, I mean, he was in the original Predator.
Right, and I think that was
why he
got his grubby little hands on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His grubby little hands.
But yeah, I didn't see that. I thought, because I saw Predators, and that Predators was fine. That was the Adrian Brody, Topher Grace, Lawrence Fishburne one. I thought this was kind of a callback to that, Killer Killers, because it's like they were like, I just rounded up some bad dudes.
Yeah.
Let's bring them to a planet and see what goes on. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Killer Killers, it seemed to be more like not bad dudes, but like they were like
warriors.
The warrior,
yeah.
like the premier warriors.
Yes.
So,
which is kind of the point. Yeah. Like they all fought a predator. They are aliens. They all fought one of the predator species. Mm-hmm. The Yajuta, the Yatuja, something like that.
That's what. Yeah.
And they were like, "Oh, yeah, cool, you win. We bump you up to the next round."
It's like a punishment. It's like a reward, but a punishment at the same time.
It's like a reward, but a punishment. Correct. Yes. Yeah. That's it. Much like this podcast.
Did you ever play the Predator beat 'em up? It was in the arcades.
Alien vs Predator.
Yeah.
No. I might have. I might have done that. Maybe once or twice. Not enough. Not as often as you think I would. Because that was before I gravitated towards any franchise.
Right. Yeah.
Of the two.
Yeah. We'll see if, with all this Predator love, if that beat 'em off gets a.
Well, what's funny enough, I was watching a YouTube video talking about like a fictitious Marvel vs. Capcom 4 roster,
right?
Which ain't gonna happen. We'll explain why in a little bit. And they talked about the character Lin Kurosawa, who was the female protagonist, the female human in that beat 'em off.
Okay.
And guess who owns all that stuff now? Well, I mean, Capcom obviously didn't have the rights to. This is kind of a nothing story, I'm realizing now, because I realize now the same company owns Marvel and Predator. That has nothing to do with Capcom. But Capcom has spoken to Marvel, so maybe, I don't know.
This is a nothing. I love how you were so amped up and then you were just like, yup, yeah.
That's it. We're done with that. Let's talk about fun stuff, Tom.
I was having fun.
The Switch.
I was having fun watching you crash.
Crash and burn.
Yep, too late. Drop it. Yeah.
Tommy, a little thing called the Switch 2 came out.
Oh, really?
Between last episode and this episode. Let's talk about the Switch 2.
Sure.
We both have Switch 2s.
Yes,
we both effectively bought each other a Switch 2. So that's how that works out.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
So what do you think? What's your first initial impressions, Tom?
It's definitely a lot. Like, the games are just so much more crisp. Like, like the screen's so much more crisp.
So you're playing it predominantly handheld, right?
Both.
I don't think this thing has left the dock since I set it up.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't. I was telling you I was having issues with the Pro controller.
Oh yes.
So like I'll play it handheld because like I'll be like, fuck it, let me throw something on the TV.
Right.
Like, like I think I was telling you, like, it's a great system. I mean, it took me no time to transfer everything, which was nice.
Yes.
They made it nice and easy, seamless. Ended up getting Mario Kart World.
Nice.
Which is a lot of fun. Fucking roster in that game is just ridiculous.
Oh, yeah.
You just, like, keep unlocking shit. Like,
they definitely opened the floodgates of character, because they needed seat fillers to do your 24-person race.
Yes.
And I could probably name 24 Mario characters, but, like, that's cool that you got a cow in there, and you got a dolphin in there, and you got
dolphin is fucking frightening.
The crab and shit.
Yeah.
Like, all right, cool, Mario Kart. You do you, brother. I enjoy the system. I think the system definitely feels almost like what the Switch Pro, air quotes, should have been. Like, it is just a souped-up Switch.
Yes.
There's not too much to it outside of, you know, the Joy-Cons have mouse controls, and, you know, it's a 4K output through the dock, and you can do 120 frames per second, you know, and all that stuff, and HDR, and all these buzzwords. But effectively, it is still a Switch.
Yeah.
It supposedly makes Switch 1 games great. Like, you were playing Bloodstained.
I was playing Bloodstained. I mean, Bloodstained's still, like...
That was always jank, but...
It's still a little janky.
It's a little less janky, though.
Yeah.
You're telling me, right?
I'd say that,
Okay, that's good.
You know, maybe I'll throw in one of the other Switch 1 games that I have. It's weird that we say Switch 1 now.
No, it's accurate, though. That is how things go.
I mean, I'll go back and I'll play Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3. Like, I'm sure that looks fucking good. Like,
I mean, I've been playing Xenoblade Chronicles X. I think it looks better. I'm sure it looks better, but I don't know if it's this weird placebo effect. Like, I literally need to see these things side by side,
right?
To be like, oh yeah, there you go. But like, it could just be my mind being like, oh man, it looks so much better, and I'm like, I have no idea what the fuck I'm looking at. I don't even think load times got any better for that game, but those were long to begin with. So they needed to be wiped for me to be like, oh shit! Like, that was when Spider-Man 2 came out, and then that was on the PS5, and it was like, oh, this is where load screens. There's no load screens. Got it. Like, this is what's up. That's where the future goes. If I was in charge,
I like the GameCube.
Yes, you were fucking around with the GameCube Switch Online.
Yeah, I mean, was really only fucking with Soul Calibur 2.
Yeah, between that, F-Zero and Wind Waker, I think you would be only fucking with Soul Calibur 2.
I mean, I'll probably jump onto F-Zero.
Yeah.
Like, I like a good racing game.
I played about 5 minutes of that just to kind of like... And I forget how not Mario Kart it is. Like, it is just, you know, left, right, that's it. You know? Like, there's no real drifting. There's no real this. I mean, I'm sure there is from an expert level standpoint, but like, it's not baked into the structure of that game.
One game I think will probably look good on that is probably Smash Brothers.
I mean, yeah, I could probably fire that up. So I did put that onto my Switch 2 to have it with all the fun power of the virtual.
The virtual card.
The virtual cards, yes.
I also really like the whole... You can organize your games a little bit better. Like, you can make folders.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, well, folders were in the Switch 1, but it's still... Yeah, because it was like one of those updates that like they just kind of sneaked out there.
Right.
But you can't make like folders in the sense that like you can't like on your homepage... It's not a folder. You have to like go to the groups and shit. But,
see,
like,
that would be cool if eventually, like, maybe they'll put it on the like homepage.
Right.
Like, I have a beat 'em off folder.
Oh, so do I. Oh, we're still talking about the Switch?
Yes,
oh,
yes.
Gotcha.
Mario folder.
What do you have in your beat 'em off folders?
Streets of Rage.
Okay.
Streets of Rage 4.
Uh-huh.
The Capcom beat 'em up bundle.
Right.
There was this...
I wonder if I have enough for a beat 'em all folder.
There was this Scott Pilgrim's in there.
Okay.
Then there was this... I'm drawing a blank on it. It was like this like black and white beat 'em up.
Oh, I remember. Yeah, you were telling me about that.
Yeah.
Let's do some live, seeing what's in my library right now, everybody.
I have an Indie Darlings folder.
Indie Darlings folder.
Yeah.
Aren't you cute? Beat 'em offs.
Oh, the Shredder's Revenge is in there.
Okay, excellent.
Yeah.
I think I have a retro folder. That's why I put that there. Yeah, I also fucked around with the Switch 2 Welcome Tour thing, which is it is a tech demo. Like, don't anybody fool you. And I really should be playing it in handheld mode because there's a lot of the stuff that it's like, it's like you got to check this thing on the screen or get the rumble or use the Joy-Con. So it's like right now I'm really literally like not even scratching the surface, just kind of like poking it.
I forgot you had that Mother Russia.
That's a beat 'em off, if I remember correctly. So
it was.
I got that.
That you do have the beat 'em
Double
up
Dragon
bundle.
Neo. Yeah, oh yeah. The beat 'em off bundle. Scott Pilgrim. Cowabunga Collection could count because there's some beat 'em offs. Shredder's Revenge, beat 'em off.
Yep. I think it was Mario Odyssey that I wanted to borrow.
Oh yeah.
Last week when you were like, "What was it you wanted
Reader's
to borrow?"
Rewind, beat 'em off.
Now, right now, I'm.
You're in the middle of stuff.
Yeah.
I got you. Is that all the beat 'em offs I got? There's got to be at least one more beat 'em off. What?
How we've
co-opted that word. That is all my beat 'em offs. That's all the beat 'em offs I can fit in my folder. So, needless to say, Switch 2.
Yeah, very cool system. I mean,
Yeah.
I told you my one negative thing about it is the
What was your? I honestly don't remember.
the R like the R button is too long, and my stupid fucking sausage fingers will keep hitting that.
They've made the Joy-Con 2s better. Therefore, your hands are not. Honestly, you know what's funny? Have you felt the Switch 2 Pro controller? Feel that. I saw your initial reaction, though. It feels the same but different, right? It's almost like you got like a... It's almost like, like back in the day, you'd have like the GameCube controller, and then you have like the Mad Catz GameCube controller. Yeah. And it's like, this feels the same, but...
What do these back buttons do?
So those are the GL buttons, the GL and GR buttons. Okay. They are programmable buttons. You can set them to be like, maybe you want it to be like L3 or something. You can just press that.
Oh.
Yeah.
And they're embedded in this, so when you're playing a fighting game, you can cheat and do a super, and
your opponent doesn't know. You can't do like, you can't do shit like that. You can't have it be like, press all 3 punch buttons, or do a quarter circle forward.
It feels slippery.
It does, yeah. It's like a weird, I think, what do they call it? It's like a brush finish.
Yeah.
I think as opposed to, obviously, like the Switch 1 Pro controller.
Like, I want grip.
Yeah, I'm sure. Don't get me wrong. This is the first one off the gate, off the conveyor belt. Yeah. So you're going to get different Pro controllers, 100%. I'm wondering. You want grip? That fucking Xbox controller, man. That one's fun.
I'm wondering. I mean, to this day, I will always say Sony. To this day, still has the best controllers. The feel.
I'm not gonna admit, the DualShock 5 has been. Or DualSense, whatever the fuck they call them now. The PS5 controller has definitely been a very comfortable controller.
Yeah, I mean, dude, the PS4 controller, PS3, like all the PlayStation controllers have been very comfortable.
Yeah,
I don't think there's one controller that's a stinker in there because they're all the same.
I mean, really, you'd have to say the first PS1 controller
was still comfortable.
If we're talking about were you just talking about straight up comfort? That's it.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, they all kind of same DNA, basically, same structure, same bones in that.
Worst fucking controller in video game history is the N64.
Listen, the N64 controller works well for N64 games. That's about it, all right? People say that about the GameCube, but I feel people play fucking Smash Bros. With the GameCube controller still to this day, so...
Oh, the Wavebird? Yeah.
Yeah. Or even just how the GameCube controller is,
Oh man, I remember that one picture that I shared to you where it was just like people having the N64 controllers and using the joystick, like holding the joystick.
Yeah.
And you're like, I hate everyone.
It hurts my brain, hurts my heart.
Yeah.
Seeing that stuff.
It's just like, why, you fucking idiots? You're playing it wrong.
Are you hyped for anything coming to Switch 2 yet, or not yet?
what? Like, I mean,
You don't even know what's coming to Switch 2.
I kind like you're kind of the person who tells me what's coming. So,
Stretch. I mean, the next big one is Donkey Kong Bonanza.
I'm actually thinking about pre-ordering that.
Okay.
Yeah,
you got Donkey Kong Bonanza. You got, and then you got like Switch 2 re-releases of Kirby and the Forgotten Land.
Okay.
And Mario Party.
I've never played a Kirby game.
Kirby and the Forgotten Land is fun. It's more 3D though, so I don't know if you'd be into that. We don't even know if you've never played a Kirby game. We don't even know if your preference is 3D or 2D.
Exactly.
So there you go. But this one's like, it's not like a Mario 3D. It's like it's very light 3D stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you remember 3D World, right? With the catsuit.
Yes.
It's more like that than Mario Odyssey or Mario 64 or something like that. But then you got a Super Mario Party re-release or Jamboree or whatever the fuck it was. That's going to have stuff. And then you got Metroid Prime 4 coming out. You've got the Hyrule Warriors coming out. So
have I played Prime?
You might. Well, you don't like first-person shooters.
They're very hit or miss with me.
You can borrow Metroid Prime. I boxed it. I can get it for you.
No, I mean
Metroid Prime.
Yeah, I mean you don't have to right now, but
all right.
Yeah, Donkey Kong.
Donkey Kong. Right.
I'll definitely be playing that. I mean, I also just been hanging out with my Switch 1.
Right.
I like seeing what games are gonna work with the Switch 2.
You got that too, yeah, absolutely.
And then what games aren't gonna work with it. Weird that they didn't release like I know that yes they released Mario Kart World, but they didn't release like a Mario game with this system.
Well, my thought about it, a lot of people are thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
I think, but my understanding is that first off, we didn't get. This is the first new Mario Kart we've gotten since 8. You know, Deluxe was just more of 8, which is perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Like that made it a huge, a wonderful package. And then the wheels. Oh God, the fucking puns I fall into. The wheels were on the road. The rubber hit the road, brother. When they were making Mario Kart World, they were going to make it for the first Switch, and then they were like, they just kept working on it, and then the new system came along and they did that. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is the best-selling Switch game. Yeah. Like, bar none. So, of course, you would want to be like, wow, here's the best, best-selling franchise with that, You'll get your Mario Odyssey 2 or your new 3D Mario. Presumably the same team is doing Bonanza. I don't know if that's still kind of like unknown yet, but we shall see.
With Mario Kart World, I'm glad they took out the whole you can customize your cart and you can put your these wheels. It was so overwhelming.
Yeah.
The only thing that I think they put on that you can customize is, hey, you can put these stickers on your cart.
That's it, pretty much. Yeah.
Which
it's only one sticker. That's it. Yeah. So. Yeah, but I'm enjoying Mario Kart World. We need to touch up on your Mario Kart skills, apparently, because you were saying that you feel like you're like, I think I'm no good at Mario Kart.
Well, you know what? I realized
and you can't have your brother being the fucking
Bowser.
Bowser
sucks.
Bowser's no. You need. Well, depends how you want to drive.
I did really well as Daisy.
Okay.
In the Cloud Kart.
Okay. That's the thing. You just got to find one that you feel good in playing. I think I did one with one GP with Mario, and then I did one with Yoshi, and I was like, oh, these are they're different weights and stuff like that. You know what I mean? But then you can pick a cart that has different stats, something that you like, something that maybe gives you a little more weight. Yeah, and a little more acceleration,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, my younger brother, we learned, is a fucking hustler.
Yeah, he needs to be stopped.
That was hysterical, though.
He needs to be stopped.
That was amazing.
And then he was like, I gotta leave, guys.
Oh, yeah. I retire as champion.
Yeah, for real. We're gonna retire from this conversation. Yeah. There'll be plenty more Switch 2 conversations coming out in the previous, in the upcoming episodes of the RudeBoyz Power Hour Plus. But let's talk about it's E3 season.
Yes.
E3 dead. But we have Sony State of Play, we have Jeff Keighley's Summer Games Fest, and we have Xbox Showcase. So let's talk about some things that happened on these shows. Because in addition to Nintendo launching a brand new console, some guys announced some stuff too, man. Sony State of Play started off with Lumines, which I know might not be your jam, but that is a puzzle-y game.
I've played it.
Used to be on Vita? Used to be on PSP,
I played it.
Yeah, you did?
It's Tetris with different shapes.
Basically, and it, like a rhythm.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I'm a sucker for a Tetris game.
There you go. The game Pragmata, coming out by Capcom. I'm not going to list all these things. Let's just move it on. Romeo's Dead Man, Tom. The Suda51 game. No Which More Heroes. That was the one you were like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, Akira, yeah.
Yeah.
Shit was just straight up Akira.
That was one of those...
I don't care what you say.
When I was watching that State of Play, and I was watching that trailer, I'm like, oh, this is Suda51 as hell.
Yeah.
You know, and then sure enough, it was. So it's cool that I can pick people's styles. That's fun. Silent Hill F. What does the F stand for, Tom?
Fucking scary.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Coming out September 25th.
Yes.
This is a Silent Hill that takes place predominantly in Japan, because they usually do take place in America.
Yes.
And just a little point of note, Konami also had some news releases, and they also revealed that Bloober Team is making a Silent Hill 1 remake.
Mm-hmm.
Or it's not a... Well... They didn't say it's a Silent Hill 1 remake. They said there's a Silent Hill game from Bloober Team, and they played Silent Hill 1 music. And they just did the Silent Hill 2 remake, so I think you're getting a Silent Hill 1 remake.
Which you gotta get back onto.
Yeah, I know I do. Maybe that'll be my end of the year spooky game. Oh, maybe that too.
It'll be a Rootober game. I'll make sure I'm here, because...
It's spooky.
You seem to do well with spooky games.
Tom, why did you start playing Bloodstained?
Why?
Yeah.
Because they dropped the trailer for Bloodstained, a Scarlet Engagement.
That's correct, yeah. So this came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And I don't really know the details on Bloodstained and Scarlet Engagement. If it is Iga, the same guy who kind of came from Konami and the Castlevania team to do the Bloodstained games. But this is like the next proper Bloodstained game. Coming out, baby. Final Fantasy Tactics Remake.
Ooh, yeah.
September 30th.
This will be my first time playing Final Fantasy Tactics.
This definitely is your jam.
Yeah, I mean Final Fantasy and Fire Emblem-esque gameplay. Fuck yeah.
We got Ninja Gaiden Ragebound with the release date of July 31st. We've got,
like I said, with fucking Ninja Gaiden, it's always a good idea, and then it's just like, no.
You're gonna be Ragebound, Tom. You're gonna be Ragebound this July.
Yeah, I'm gonna be rage quitting.
Mortal Kombat: The Legacy Collection, the newest collection put out by Digital Eclipse, and the people behind Atari 50, and the Ninja Turtle Cowabunga Collection. This is going to be taking Mortal Kombat 1, 2, 3, Ultimate, and 4, and all the different versions they're in, putting it together with a fun little... I'm assuming you're going to get art, and you're going to get behind-the-scenes stuff, which I love. I love I'm no good with the games, but I love a good library of, history, you know what I mean?
Right, of course.
So I'm excited for that. We also have a Metal Gear Solid Delta, which is the Metal Gear Solid 3 remake, and they kept pushing more of the Snake vs. Ape stuff for the PS5, and over on the Xbox, it was revealed later on the Konami event that it's going to be a Snake vs. Bomberman multiplayer, not multiplayer, but another side mission of like that. There is going to be multiplayer in it too, called Fox Hunt. Tied to Tomorrow, I don't remember what this is. I think it's that first-person shooter that you can, I guess, almost like, remember in Mario Maker when you would see where all the deaths were?
Oh, okay.
I think it's kind of something like that, where like you see where people died, and you're like, I'm gonna go this way instead.
Right. Yeah, I'm not gonna make that fool's mistake.
Correct. Yes. Tied to Tomorrow to me started off this whole 3 show event of just like, what if first person shooter, but here's a hook, and we're gonna see a lot of those. I think you're gonna get more Astrobot coming out. They said that. Sword in the Sea. Perfect example, because I think that's the one with that was the pirate thing, right? Sword in the Sea? We don't even fucking know. We just watched everything.
We watched it on times 2.
Yeah, we did, because there was a lot of gaming stuff to get through. 007 First Light, you're going to get more in the summer. This is the one put out by IO Interactive. These are the guys that did Hitman, and they're doing this brand new prequel, not tied to the movies at all, James Bond game. Little Ghost of Yotai teaser. We're going to get more stuff in July.
Stoked for that.
And then I think the biggest takeaway from, especially from your boys and the RudeNation, is the Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls fighting game put out by Arc System Works. 4v4 Marvel fighting game. Japanese is all hell.
Yeah.
You got Cap and Iron Man and Ms. Marvel and Spider-Man and Doom and Ghost Rider. I don't know, I said it that way. And Star-Lord.
Yeah. Star-Lord.
Star-Lord. That's exciting.
Yeah.
And I love their designs. And Capcom's in the doghouse. That's it. I guess Capcom, sorry, bro. Infinite was no good.
I didn't.
And even though they were like, but what about this collection? Oh, that's great, thanks.
I played the demo for Infinite. I was just like, no.
Yeah, Infinite was not good.
No. Over with Summer Games Fest.
The Keeleys.
Yeah. This fucking clown.
Tom never would want to hit curb someone more.
Yeah.
He's the one. He's the one. He's the top. He's the top of the heap.
I don't like him.
No shit.
Top
of the heap.
We had Sonic Racing Crossroads will feature guest characters. Okay.
Yep. So, you got like Hatsune Miku and the Joker from Persona and the guy from Yakuza. So he's there too. You don't have to... We can keep on moving.
It messed me up.
Alright.
Code Vein 2 anime... it's like anime Dark Souls.
Pretty much, yes.
We were saying.
Yep. Which didn't even know there was a Code Vein 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I looked at Code Vein 1 last night.
The fuck?
Mouse Pie with...
PI. Private Investigator.
Oh.
You want me to write my notes? You want me to read my notes? I appreciate it. They're my notes, though. So I can decipher them.
Or you just let me keep going.
Fine. I will. I like that. Go ahead. Yes, Troy Baker's now a voice in Mouse PI. This is awesome. Like that 50s, not even earlier than that. The old Mickey Steamboat Willie style.
So like 30s,
first
40s.
person shooter. Yeah.
Game of Thrones, War of Westeros. Nah.
Yeah, I mean, I think after that last Game of Thrones game that released, and people were like,
the mobile puzzle game?
Yeah, the mobile game or whatever, and people were like, ugh, and now they saw this, they're like, I don't know about that.
Like, what are we doing?
At least this one looks like photorealistic, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Atomic Heart 2.
Didn't know there was an Atomic Heart 1.
Yeah.
I did know there was an Atomic Heart 1.
I don't even know what Atomic Heart is.
Well, this was the one that looked like you thought it was Borderlands. It was like all over the place. You guys are driving bikes, there's motorcycles, there's mannequins, there's robots.
Right.
Robots. Everything.
Marvel Cosmic Invasion. She-Hulk and Rocket were revealed.
Yep, that's going to be a holiday beat 'em off.
Yep. Can't wait. Can't wait to beat them off in the holidays.
Beat them off this holiday.
Yep. Onimusha Way of the Sword.
Yep, that's a new Onimusha game that we saw a thing for.
Yes.
You gonna fuck with that or no?
If there's a demo, I'll try the demo, but...
You want more Ghost of Tsushima
which I'm getting
than less Dark Souls, right?
Correct.
Like, you don't want... If it has any stink of a Dark Souls, you're like, absolutely not for me.
I mean, that's not totally true. Like... I mean, I suffered through the first Star Wars game on PS4.
Right, correct.
Which very Dark Souls-y.
That was very Dark Souls-y, yes.
The second one just was not good.
Right.
In my humble opinion. If there's a demo, I will fuck with it. If there's a demo, if I like it, I'll fuck with it.
I got you.
Felt That Boxing. It looks like it's like puppets Mike Tyson's Punch-Out.
Yeah, it's very weird. I gotta see how it plays, because
looks fucking wild.
Yeah. Also, another theme is like fun art style.
Yeah,
people have been doing, like, there's some stop motion stuff we're going to be talking about. There's like some stuff that looks like those little arty, what is it? That figure? You know what I'm talking about? Like the
stop motion.
Yeah.
Next is Killer In, which is like a more violent version of Clue.
Yeah, this is like a social deduction game.
Yeah.
Like, you're right, like Clue. I don't really know how much action you're going to be seeing, or if it's going to be more like, let's investigate. Because if it's more investigate, it's kind of, I'm interested in it. I
know, that's your
fan
jam.
of that, yeah.
Your regular Sherlock Holmes.
Yep. Sherlock. I can't, never mind.
Schmucky Holmes.
This is like Sherlock Homo. Whatever.
Out of words, this is what you were talking about.
This was the stop motion co-op-y puzzle platformer game, yes.
Mafia, the Old Country.
So I put this on here because I think it's interesting that a series has gone on for this long. They can make a prequel.
And neither of us have played.
Well, that's also true, too. But also, like, people are hyped for it. Like, I'm like, that's cool. I like that for people, you know?
Yeah. Chris, why don't you take over?
I will take over. Lego Voyages. This is the Lego two-person co-op game, puzzle platforming game. And when I saw this, Tom and I watched this trailer. Tom's like, "Get those thoughts out of your head right now," because it is everything we have gone up against in our worst game clubs. It's a Lego game. It's a puzzle game, and it's co-op game. So, yikes. Fractured Blooms. This is that weird Stardew Valley first-person farming simulator that's also haunted.
Yeah.
Or some shit. I don't know. Again, interesting stuff. What is interesting, and what could definitely be, is going to be my supplemental game this Tomvember, because the main game is going to be Ghost of Yotei. Mina the Hollower, coming out Rudetober 31st, Halloween. This is the newest game put out by Yacht Club Games. They did Shovel Knight and all the other treasure trove games thereof.
Yeah, no, that looks pretty cool.
Yeah, this is their take on kind of like a top-down Zelda, like a Link's Awakening or something like that.
I thought it was a remake of Great Mascapade.
No. Deadpool VR, starring NPH, is a thing.
Yeah.
Coming to the Meta Quest systems. Mixtape is a... This looks like one of those like walking simulator sort of things. Like it seems like a very nothing game, but it's all about the vibes.
I was getting like Life is Strange vibes from it.
Yes. The vibes of this game is it's the 90s. It's it's that. That's a thing now, huh? Right? Like, I mean, we've gone. We're in our 40s. No, I'm just saying, like that is such a time period that we've lived through that. We're seeing it being like to young kids, be like, "Well, this is how things were."
Yeah,
back then, boys.
They'll do shit for the 80s and 90s, 70s. Nope, 70s was kind of garbage.
Yeah, 70s was garbage, man. But yeah, that's why exactly I put that on there. Acts of Blood. Don't know why I put that on there. Don't know what that is. A lot of these names, honestly, we should have done a thing where we slipped in like just made up names. I did that one time with you.
You did, yeah.
And you were like, I'm pretty sure you made that up.
Yeah.
I'm like, you're absolutely right. I did.
Like fucking Will Ferrell's character from Anchorman.
100%. Yeah. Talk to me about Scott Pilgrim EX, Tom, and why you're not hype on that.
It's not that I'm not hyped. I'm mild.
Yeah, why aren't you? You're mild.
I mean,
Acts of Blood is that beat 'em up.
Oh, yeah, like the 3D style one?
Yeah, it looks like Sifu. That's put up by one guy in, like, Indonesia. Sifu? Yeah, have you heard of the game Sifu? Sifu? Okay. It's like a Soulsy beat 'em off.
Mm.
the emotion that went through Tom's face. So Scott Pilgrim EX. Tribute games. They're getting the band back together. Tribute games. Brian Lee O'Malley.
No, I mean, it looks fun.
Yeah.
It looks very much the same.
Right.
Of,
You love Scott Pilgrim, right?
I do, but also reading the Scott Pilgrim manga, I'm just like, man, Scott Pilgrim's kind of a piece of shit.
Scott Pilgrim is a piece of shit. Everybody needs to understand
and
that.
I'm just kind of like,
just because you put cutie Michael Cera in to portray him doesn't mean he's not a piece of shit.
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think as the time comes, I'll probably, obviously I'll pick it up because that'll be a fun thing for you and I to play.
Yes.
And never finish.
Yep.
So I don't think we actually ever finished the...
No, we did. We finished the first one, yeah. When it came out on, when it got re-released.
Okay.
Recently.
Where we got the physicals, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Or I might have downloaded it because I was impatient and then got a physical later. I know, that doesn't sound like me.
Ah, man, that doesn't sound like you.
Ill.
This just looks terrifying.
Yes, it does. First-person shooter, but it's a
survival
spooky game.
horror.
Survival horror. Big blob men come at you.
Like a whole horde, and everything looks like you're in a hallway.
Yeah.
No, like you have little space to run.
I think so. I don't have my finger on the pulse of gaming. Out of all the things I've seen so far, Ill, I think, is probably going to be like don't get me wrong. Some of the things we might have mentioned, like that Fractured Blooms or whatever, or Out of Words, like they may be like, oh, this was a sleeper hit.
Right.
I think Ill is going to be like. This, like, guys are going to be like, this is the shit, guys.
Yeah.
Like, everybody, like, I don't know. I just think, because I think it's got such a striking look to it, from someone who doesn't really follow first-person games, horror games.
Right.
But I think that people are going to be like, ooh, like, this was some good shit, you know what I mean? That's what I think.
I can see that.
Yeah. Wu-Tang, Rise of the Deceiver.
That looks very interesting.
Yeah.
I'll,
You know when the first time I heard Wu-Tang was?
Driving down to Philadelphia.
You know when the last time I heard Wu-Tang was?
Driving down to Philadelphia.
Well, driving up from Philadelphia, but that's I need to appreciate Wu-Tang better. Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Especially since they're a New York group.
This is true. Stranger Than Heaven. This is the Yakuza team, the RGG studio. Again, another thing. It doesn't necessarily tie into the Yakuza like a Dragon series, presumably. But it is that same team. It's apparently that same environment, but just, in the 1940s.
Okay.
It looks... I bounced right off Yakuza 0, or Yakuza. And, but this... I don't know. I'd be curious to see how this is. Yeah.
Never played any Yakuza games.
I can't recommend it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Like, I tried 0, and I'm like, I don't know about this. This is not enough to get me into this game.
Right.
So,
Gotcha.
but who knows? Stranger Than Heaven might do it. What is Stranger Than Heaven, Tom? The fact that they revealed and announced a brand new Resident Evil game.
Yeah.
Resident Evil Requiem, coming out February 27th, 2026. Real close to the 30th anniversary of Resident Evil. It's always fun when a new Resident Evil game is revealed, because that is a game. I'm not going to play this game. I'm a big old coward.
You might.
I probably won't.
Look, if we play it the way you did
4.
I'd
have to say, I think I barely got into 7. We did try the VR, and I'm like,
that was fucking terrifying.
Good Lord, no.
Yeah. I was watching you play that.
It was rough. That was rough stuff.
I pooed myself.
Definitely didn't get into 8 at that regard either.
Yeah.
But, I mean, who knows?
I do like the fact that you were saying that, like, you could swap between third and first.
So there was a behind closed doors demo that the embargo has lifted since, and that was like one of the big takeaways.
Yeah.
That you could swap freely between first and third person.
Yeah.
So that's pretty neat. So that was the Summer's Games Fest's showcase.
Right.
There was an Xbox showcase, and we watched the terrible quality CNET supercut of 16 minutes. 16 minutes I won't get back in my life.
16 minutes was way too long.
But the Xbox showcase, the big takeaways from that, the Xbox Ally is your new Xbox branded handheld device.
Yeah.
Because
Put out
that's
by
all
ROG.
that's all the rage right now. You got the PlayStation Portal, you got the Switch, obviously, in itself, and now you have an Xbox branded one. Steam Deck, yes. Outer Worlds 2, the only reason I want to bring this up is I've seen... I didn't know there was an Outer Worlds one. I've seen some of, like, the perks that they've done.
Okay.
And they've done these, like, real funny perks where... they're kind of, like, good and bad. Like, there's one perk where when you crouch... you'll be extra fast and extra sneaky.
Okay.
But when you come off of crouch, your knees will snap, and it will alert people around you.
That's
really funny.
Wow.
And then there's one called Kleptomania, where like you will be able to, like, I think just highlight over things and steal them. No, wait. I forget. Maybe you can carry more things.
Okay.
But you will also pick things up when you don't want to, and you will alert people doing so.
Jesus.
Like, that's very funny to me. Like you get it's a double-edged sword sort of thing. Yeah. Like, that's funny to me. That makes me interested. High on Life 2, I put this on here because I was really interested in playing the first one, and then all that Justin Roiland him being a garbage human came out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but I think this game is free of him, which is cool.
That's good.
Yeah. Residents of Plague Tale Legacy. Never played any of the Plague Tale games. I've heard good things. Those are, like, some pretty good AA games.
Okay.
This one, it was funny because I'm, like, watching it, and in my mind I'm like, really could go for a good Greek mythology game. And, like, as I'm seeing this trailer, you see the Minotaur, and, like, the logo is, like, a labyrinth. So I'm thinking, I'm like, oh, maybe there is some little Greek mythology going on in there. Super Meat Boy 3D, not my jam. That can get F'd in the A.
I think I've played Super Meat Boy 1.
Yeah.
Like, once, and for like 10 minutes.
Yeah. I was
like, cool.
I hit with that game, and then I got exhausted from that game. I think, like, the last level, I don't know what
I can't do this anymore.
You need pinpoint perfection in your platform, and I'm like, I can't do that. Indiana Jones and the Great Circle DLC, Order of the Giants, September 4th.
You gonna be fighting giants?
You fight giants in the regular game.
Like giants, or are they just super?
They're just big, tall guys.
Yeah,
they're just big, tall boys. But you got some DLC, so I'm excited for that. That was some fun game. Beasts of Resonance. I want to talk about this because this was put out. We didn't see the real full trailer because it was the dumb CNET supercut that was filmed in 480p. This is a game put out by Game Freak, and it looks beautiful. So Game Freak, the people who did Pokemon, have been ragged on for years for not making pretty games. And they're like, well, get fucked. Here you go. We did it. Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3 and 4 coming out July 11th, featuring Michelangelo from the Ninja Turtles
and Bam Margera.
Oh, yeah. Hey.
Who looks like his father now.
Well, yeah. Ape's gonna be so mad.
You want to talk about a garbage human?
Well, listen, I mean, he seems to have been embraced by the community again after many failed attempts.
Yeah, I don't know.
So,
I don't know. He keeps talking. He'll still shoot his mouth off about
his best friend died terribly.
Yeah, he probably did it.
Okay.
It's my conspiracy theory for the episode.
At Fate's End. I don't know why I put that on here. I'm gonna Google that.
I feel like we missed a few other games.
Yeah, at some point I'm watching these things and I'm like, I don't need to
put... Wait, did we mention Life of Pi?
Oh, Life of P?
Yeah, Life of P. Did we mention that?
No, we didn't mention that.
Okay. That Digimon game?
Am I gonna put the Digimon game on here? I'm not gonna put the Digimon
looks
game.
fun, okay? Sure.
Okay, fine. At Fate's End, that's that 2D arty card-based game or whatever it was. You remember the one with the sword? The sword floats around. Looks neat. Yeah. Invincible VS is a 3v3 Invincible fighting game, which doesn't look great. Really needs a better art style, especially after seeing Marvel Tokon and just better fighting games in general.
Yeah, it does not look great.
Right. Keeper, coming out Rudetober 17th. This is put out by Double Fine. Same team who did Psychonauts
Okay.
and all those games, so I'm hyped for
I
that.
played Psychonauts.
Psychonauts is fun. I'm not a 3D platformer guy, though, so give it a shot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably won't.
Yeah.
But I like psychic abilities.
Right. You like psychic abilities. Let me tell you this, Tom. How about you like spooky trailers? Do you like weird red butterflies?
I do.
Do you like ghosts?
I do.
Let me introduce you to Call of Duty Black Ops 7. This trailer, like, what the fuck?
It fucked me up.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, you're like, oh, this is Alan Wake? And I'm like, I don't think it's Alan Wake. It's too spooky.
But like Alan Wake, I think Alan Wake 2 went the spooky route.
No, they did go the spooky route, but it never went like this, like,
Right.
this, like, oh, this is spooky, guys. Like,
You're
if you're in the woods, and like, yeah, that's like, that's
You're
the spooky
opening
stuff.
a door to the upside down world.
Yeah.
Like,
And we're like, all right.
and
I
then
guess
like
this is
Black
Call of
Ops
Duty.
2. I was like, what?
That's why I was like, we need to record right away.
Your reaction to my reaction was probably the best thing.
Listen, I played Call of Duty Black Ops 6.
Uh-huh.
Whatever. I mean, if it's on Game Pass and I hear good things, maybe. But
If it's on Game Pass, you'll still play it.
I mean, it is going to be on Game
Yeah.
Pass. But that was pretty much that's been it, man.
Yeah.
That's been it. Nation, we wanna reach out to you. We always try to put out a call to the nation, ask the nation questions. This episode's question, we're gonna get to last week's set, but just because we're rolling with the segment, we want to know what sort of game, announcement, or release has ever gotten you hyped. Like, I'm talking about like you from announcement to it being in your hands. So I want to hear your video game hype stories. Hit us up on our... we're going to post this in the Discord, so you can reply to that. You can DM us on our social media platforms and all that stuff. But we want to hear, because this is the hype season for video games.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we did the hype train in January. That's actually funny. 6 months later, here we are talking about hype things for the rest of the year, plus going into 2026. Yeah. So we want to know what game from any announcement, doesn't have to be this year, it could be any year, got you by the balls. Got you by the hype balls, you know? Last week, we asked, in lieu of Deadpool and Batman meeting, we wanted to know what sort of crossovers you wanted to see. Mm-hmm. And over in our Discord, bit.ly/RudeBoyz Discord, we heard from our boy TJ. TJ wanted to see Captain Marvel versus Captain Marvel, which we don't know. And Tom wanted to know if he wanted them to fight or team up, and TJ said yes, because that's usually what they end up doing anyway. They end up fighting a little bit, and then they team up. We don't know if it's. We're assuming this is modern day Captain Marvel,
right?
You know, Shazam, if you will, over on the DC. Aphelion wanted Logan to meet Bruce. TJ also chimed in, seeing Quicksilver teaming up with Flash. Which, in all honesty, I feel like the Flash is probably... Because Flash has the Speed Force, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's faster than Quicksilver, yeah.
Speed of light versus speed of sound.
Oh, is that the quantifiable for Quicksilver? Okay, I didn't know that. Tom, do you have an answer for who you'd like to see teamed up?
Howard the Duck and Batmite.
Batmite.
Or make... I'm sorry. Actually... Howard the Duck versus Mr. Mxyzptlk.
Oh, okay, there you go.
That, I think...
But Howard the Duck doesn't have, like, weird... That's like a Warner Brothers cartoon right there, you know?
Yeah.
Like Mr. Mxyzptlk will be like the Bugs Bunny to Howard the Duck's Daffy Duck. All right, I got you. Do you have any other answers besides that?
You mean a real one?
Yeah. Yeah.
I was thinking about this long and hard.
Okay.
I would really, honestly, like Hawkeye versus Green Arrow.
Okay.
And then, of course, they probably eventually team up like they always do. So
they would do a like that scene in Robin Hood Men in Tights.
But they're both like, I lose.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so. I mean, it's just there's just like a plethora of like You know, you could do, you know, like I said, Hawkeye, Green Arrow, or I'd like to see, like, you know, Black Panther versus Hawkman.
Okay, I got you.
What about you?
I would like to see, gun to my head, because I've seen Spider-Man vs. Batman already. I've seen that enough times. I don't think there's been a good Iron Man Batman, though. I could be wrong. Especially modern Iron Man.
Right.
Like, they might have teamed up or met up in the 70s.
Right, yeah.
But, like, ever since past DC versus Marvel, both characters have evolved very differently. You know what I'm saying? So that would be pretty interesting. Let's put Superman with... I already seen Superman with the Hulk, Superman Cap, Superman Spider-Man. Let's do Superman and...
Sentry?
No, that's too...
Hyperion?
No, I don't want to put him with someone too similar, but maybe like Superman and a... Cripes, I don't know. Maybe like Superman like... Silver Surfer. How about that?
That'd be interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was also thinking Daredevil, Nightwing.
Daredevil, Nightwing, okay.
That'd be a good one.
The batons and shit.
Mm-hmm.
I dig that. How about a Daredevil and a... Ooh, that Constantine fella. Is he DC?
Yes.
DC, right?
Yeah.
Vertigo or something?
Yeah, but he's also DC. Yeah.
Or maybe like a Ghost Rider and Constantine instead.
Yeah.
A little more dark
I mean,
stuff.
They've always done Doctor Strange, Doctor Fate.
Right, yeah.
But, like, I think Doctor Strange, Constantine would be cool, too.
Okay, yeah, so really anyone in that.
Yeah.
Do they have like a Midnight Suns of DC?
Yes. I forget what they're called, but, like, you have, like, Blue Devil on there.
Okay.
You have Inspector Chimp on there.
Naturally. Put him up with Hit Monkey.
Yeah.
There you go.
You have a guy named Paladin on there, he dresses in...
Like, Aladdin?
Medieval.
Oh, okay.
Paladin, not Aladdin.
I don't know.
I said Paladin.
No, I know you did.
Okay.
I just picture Aladdin.
His pal Aladdin.
his pal Aladdin.
There you go. There's the episode name. And his pal Aladdin. I mean, there's so many. Like, so many combos you can do.
Oh, yeah. But I think we named them all.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty much it. And I think that's pretty much it for this episode.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that is doing it for episode 185 of the RudeBoyz Power Up Plus.
Yes.
We appreciate everything you do for us, Rude Nation, but we would love to hear from you more, if you could believe it. bit.ly/RudeBoyz Discord. Join the Discord. Join the Rude Zone Discord and answer our questions for our top 10s, for all our episodes, all that stuff. Follow us on our social media platforms. linktr.ee/RudeBoyz. Get in on all that stuff. Our YouTube, our Twitch, Instagram, our TikTok. All those AI videos I shared to Tom.
God damn.
And we just posted one. That's up there. And
frightening.
On our Podbean. RudeBoyz.podbean.com.
Flick it.
That's it. I've lost all steam with the outro. Rude Nation, we will see you next time on the RudeBoyz Power Hour Plus.
Bye!
This has been a presentation of the RudeBoyz Podcast Network.
Oops.